Mike Kawa, Seneca Signing Agents. The most important duty of a notary public is to verify the identity of the person signing the document. How this is done will depend upon the law in the notary's jurisdiction. I'm a notary public of the state of Texas, so I'm following the general principles against the Texas state laws and rules. The first and most ancient form of verifying the identity of a signer is for the notary public to know him or her personally. Personal knowledge is often, but not always, defined by law. California does not allow this form of identity verification. The second form of identity verification involves a credible witness, someone whom the notary public already personally knows and who also personally knows the document signer. The credible witness has to appear with the signer at the same time that the document is being notarized. It is considered a best practice, or maybe required by law, that the notary administer an oath or affirmation to the credible witness, and that the witness sign an affidavit stating that he or she verifies the identity of the document signer. Because of the requirements that the credible witness be personally known to the notary public and that the witness personally know the document signer, this method of identity verification is used most often by notaries who notarize for their employers, clients, or customers. The third form of identity verification is one most commonly used, satisfactory evidence. In some states, the law specifies what constitutes satisfactory evidence. Other states do not specify, thus allowing the notary to decide what satisfactory evidence means. A driver's license or a state-issued non-driver's ID card are the two forms of identification documents seen most often. Americans are becoming more mobile. I've had to familiarize myself with driver's licenses and non-driver's ID cards from every state, since there's a large number of people relocating to the North Texas area. Other common forms of identification documents include a passport or a military ID. A Social Security card, a birth certificate, a wedding license, or a credit card are not acceptable as a form of ID, as they lack sufficient information for a notary to determine if the person presenting them is a person whose name appears on them. Knowing what to look for on an ID document can mean the difference between properly verifying the identity of the signer and letting fraud take place. When the signer presents his ID to me, I take a moment to look at it. If the signer is wearing a hat or a scarf and the picture on the ID lacks that, I will ask them to remove it. If he is smiling or frowning in the picture, I'll ask him to do so now. If his appearance reasonably resembles the picture, like myself, many men grew beards during lockdown and COVID, and many of them kept their beards. I look at the descriptive details on the ID. Does the age based on the birth certificate, the birth year shown on the ID match the age of the person who's in front of me? Does the eye and hair color match? Does the signature on the ID match a signature on a document that the one in my notary journal? Does the name match that which is shown on the document? If I spot anything about the ID that makes me nervous, I ask the signer to explain and listen to his her answer while washing his face and hands to see if he's actually telling the truth. If I'm not satisfied as to the signer's identity, I will refuse to notarize the document. It's nothing personal. I'm doing my job. I have lenders who entrust me in the execution of loan documents with a cumulative value in the tens of millions of dollars each month. Seneca Signing Agents. We're a full-service notary public in the state of Texas. We provide loan signing services to professionals in the real estate industry. If I can be of service, please call me at 469-545-5227. Mike Kawa, Seneca Signing Agents, building trust one sign at a time.